Yes, people, what is happening? The Liverpool Prophet back again with another video. As you can see, it's the usual Liverpool related content to talk about. I'm not going to be talking about transfer news today, though. I'm not going to be talking about transfers today. What I'm going to do is I am going to be running through our preseason games that kicked off today against Atletico Bilbao. Two games that kicked off, one with youngsters playing, the other with the first teamers playing. Now, these were Liverpool's last two preseason friendly games before the official um, Community Shield game kicks off, followed by the first game against Bournemouth. But yeah, I wanted to do a little reaction on both the games, give my thoughts, give my opinions, who I thought looked really good, players I thought stood out, and again, how we looked. Because I thought we looked pretty well. But before we do, remember to drop a like, drop a sub, and drop a comment on the video. I appreciate all of that. So make sure you are subbing, make sure you are liking all of it, guys. Much appreciated. It goes a long, long way. But without further ado, let's kick off and talk about the games. So we started off with the first kickoff, Liverpool versus Atletico Bilbao, or Atletico Club, as you could call them as well. With a 4-1 win, goals from Rion Bruno, Darwin Nunes, Padilla on goal, and Harvey Elliott sealed the 4-1 victory for us at home at Anfield against Atletico Club. Now, I have to say, performance-wise, I thought this was the youngsters look very good in my opinion. They look really, really good. I gotta say, Rio again, this kid, man, he looks absolutely on fire. He looks really good, really, really good. Um, on the ball, he's great. He just looks like a really, really, really good winger. Now, should we let Federico Chiesa go? And hopefully we don't. I want to keep Federico Chiesa around, but if we do let Federico go, I'm not opposed to Rio coming in and playing back up to Salah. I think this kid is ready for the step up to the first team. Look at what Barcelona did with Jamal. Do him into the first team. I think do something similar with Rio. I genuinely think if Chiesa leaves, we might not have to look at that right wing option in the market. We could just go and put Rio in there. So I think the kid's ready for the jump to the first team. I think we've got to take a chance on him. And only if Chiesa leaves, of course. If Chiesa doesn't leave, there's no reason why I think Rio should be brought up to the first team. But should Chiesa leave, I think this kid should be brought into the first team. Again, he looked very good today, all around. He was definitely one of the standout players on the pitch. Scored in the second minute of the game. Then he set up Darwin Nunes' goal in the 5th minute. So 2 goals back to back. The kid played so well, he made Darwin look like a good footballer. That said a lot. Then they scored an own goal in the 42nd minute. And Elliott topped it off in with a beautiful goal. And I've got to say, the youngsters look good. They looked very, very good. Again, the only real standout, the only real first teamers that played were Robbo, Costas played. Robbo played at centre back actually. Costas played at left back. Elliott played. Jones played. McAllister played. Obviously, Maka played because he wasn't up to fitness yet, so it's better to play him in this game. And of course, Darwin played up top. Even again, I thought Darwin had a decent game. I thought everyone looked good. The youngsters looked very, very good. I've got to say, I'm surprised by what Slot did here. Last season, when we had the preseason friendly against Atletico Club, when we had 2 preseason friendlies in one game, in one day, he opted to go with the first 11 in the first game, and then he opted to go with the younger, weaker 11 in the second game. Now, I thought he'd do something similar this time around, but he decided to switch it up. He reversed it, so he went with the youngsters in the first game, and then he decided to play the first team in the second game. And I've got to be honest, either way, I don't mind because both the teams looked very, very good. And I'm happy with the performance, and I'm happy with the players that played, and I'm happy with the youngsters. The future looks bright in the youth team as well. At young, it looks really, really bright. Darwin came off to a good standing applause. I think that's Darwin's farewell, personally. You could see in his facial expressions, it kind of looked like he was saying goodbye. So I think Darwin is most likely off now, and I think that was his final farewell at Anfield. Again, a good way to go off, I suppose. We know Darwin isn't the greatest player, of course, but I thought today he had a good game, and despite what we may think of Darwin Núñez as a footballer, it's a good thing that he went out, or he's gone out, finished his Liverpool career off with a decent performance, scored a goal at Anfield, and he's gone out on a high with a decent performance. So hats off to Darwin, and good luck to Darwin wherever he goes. Wasn't meant to be at Liverpool, of course, but wherever he goes elsewhere, hope he does well, and I hope he has a successful career. Just was not meant to be at Liverpool for you, mate. Overall, Rio again, great. Elliot looked good. I've got to say, everyone looked really good. Just a lapse in concentration at the end, and Atletico Club came in with a consolation goal. But other than that, I'm impressed. I thought the boys looked really good. The youngsters looked very good. So the first game ended in a 4-1 win with the youngsters playing, and a decent win as well. A decent win. Let's move on to the main game. Liverpool versus Atletico Bilbao 2. That's what I'm going to say it. This was the game. This was the game where all the big boys were playing. Most of the big boys anyway. Again, look at the lineup. Everyone played. Only people missing really were Virgil and Alisson. Obviously, we know Ali is sick, and we know Virgil is, of course, also not too well at the moment. Mohamed Arsfil played in goal. Endo played at centre-back. Other than that, full strength. Frimpong played. Konate, Kerkez, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Salah, Wirtz, Gakpo, Ekitike all played. And I've got to say, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Now, I have to say, Wirtz, oh my God, what a player. What a player Florian Wirtz looks like he is. Honestly, he was everywhere in that first half. The balls that Salah was feeding to Wirtz as well, oh my God. You can just tell Salah and Wirtz are going to have a great partnership. Wirtz was everywhere. Should have scored, to be fair. It was a good save by their keeper, but he should have got a goal. Again, he was setting Salah up. He was just everywhere around that pitch, running around. What a joy to have Florian Wirtz as a Liverpool player. Of course, what a joy. And hopefully we see more of that, because if that's just a little presentation of what he can do, I can't wait to see what he can do when the league actually starts. Exciting times and an exciting player on our hands. Again, Frimpong as well. He looked very good. Defensively, when he needed to nip in, he looked good. He did his thing when he needed to nip in defensively. And again, the link up between him and Salah is looking very good. He was feeding some really good balls into Salah. And unfortunately, of course, Salah got a goal. But again, Salah being Salah, we know he misses a couple of games. But again, them two, again, brilliant link up play between Frimpong and Salah, considering they've only been playing together a couple of weeks as well. For them to have already kind of have that bond or have that kind of partnership on the right-hand side, it's very impressive. Very impressive. And hopefully this can be as good as the previous partnership Salah had with our last right-back. Hopefully this can be even better, actually. But again, from the bit that I saw of Salah and Frimpong's link-up play, I was very impressed. I was very excited because more of that link-up play in the season, we're going to score some absolute great goals. And Frimpong is going to have some absolutely perfect assists. I've got to be honest. Again, really, really good. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch again, midfield. They looked really good. No, nothing to say there. Ekitike as well. I thought he had a pretty decent game. A pretty decent game overall. Again, probably one of the quieter players, but again, I was impressed. Mohamed Arsfil in goal. I think he was pretty good. Now, the scoreline will say 3-2, and you'll think, okay, Liverpool might have struggled a bit, but in the game, in terms of how we played, I thought we were really good. Should have been a lot more than 3-2. Only problem I have at the moment, the defence. Now, I wasn't too worried when we played Milan, but it's happened again today. The defence seems to be very leaky without Virgil there. We see Konate there, and I'm going to be honest, Konate has to step up. When Virgil isn't playing, Konate needs to command that defence. He needs to step up and be the guy to fill in for Virgil, and he doesn't seem to be doing that whenever Virgil's not playing. Don't know what it is. Maybe he prefers to be kind of in the background, but he needs to step up when Virgil's not available, and he didn't do that today. He did not do that today, and he didn't do it against Milan either, which is kind of concerning. Endo, he does assist, but ultimately he's not a centre-back. I've got to be honest, the defence looks shaky. That's the only issue I've got at the moment. The football looks great. The attack looks great. The midfield looks great. Defensively, there's still question marks there. Hopefully, when Virgil comes back, that gets fixed. But I've got to be honest, I'm not. I'm looking at the defense and I'm thinking that looks like it's the weak point at the moment. We're conceding goals, conceded 2 poor goals today, and that's the only weak point. But hopefully, and I think it will improve once Virgil is back, partnering Penalty. Gakpo had a good game. Gakpo had a very good game. He did score an own goal, unfortunately, in the 64th minute. An unlucky own goal, to be fair. It could have been given to the Atletico Club player, but of course they wanted to stitch us up and give it to Gakpo as an own goal. But you know what? He redeemed himself because 6 minutes later, he goes up the other end and scores a great goal, redeeming himself, putting us 3-2 up. And from there, we just saw out the game. But again, Gakpo, really, really good. Really impressive now. Very, very impressive. That is his spot now, that left wing spot. With Lucho gone, of course, I'd imagine Gakpo is going to be the starting left winger going forward. And I think he should be. And didn't disappoint today. He had a very good performance, a very convincing performance, and more performances like that. And he's got that left wing spot nailed down. Kitty played up top today, obviously. From what I'm seeing, though, playing wise, it looks like Kitty could be playing off the left this season. I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that one bit. Kitty playing off the left this season rather than up top, it saves us needing to go into the market and get a left winger. Because I don't want Fofana, I'm being honest. We're not going to get Rodrigo most likely. So Kitty playing off the left, I think it saves us needing to get a left winger. So Kitty off the left, I'll take it. And he looked pretty alright as well. So I'm looking at our attacking options at the moment. Off the left, we've got Gakpo and Kitty. Those two are nailed on. Off the right, we've got Salah and Chiesa for now. Don't know what's going to happen with Chiesa, but if we don't have Chiesa, we've got Salah and Rio. So we could have Salah Chiesa or we could have Salah and Rio. Either way, decent options there. The striker option is the strange one, I think. With the Kitty playing off the left and us probably bringing in Isak, we're going to be in a position where we've got 2 left wingers, 2 right wingers, but we've only got 1 striker. Now, this is where I'm feeling now a bit more prone to keeping Darwin around. Not because he's good. We know he's not, but keeping Darwin around for cover for Isak, I think it's important. We need the cover. We need the depth. And us only having 1 striker, again, I know if Isak gets injured, Kitty can fill in there, but again, I don't really want to shoehorn a player. I know Kitty is a striker too, but I'd rather we have cover in all positions now. Unfortunately, with the situation that happened with Diogo Jota, this is we're in a position now where we could probably be looking to keep Darwin around, and you know what, I wouldn't mind it for cover. Keep him around another year, move him on next summer. As long as he doesn't play a lot, and as long as Isak can stay fit, I wouldn't mind keeping Darwin for the year. Obviously, Isak and Jota would have been the 2 strikers we had, and Darwin would have been moved on. With circumstances that have happened, we've got to make do with what we got now. So I'd be more prone to keeping Darwin around. But if we don't, we've got to just hope that Isak stays fit. But it is looking like we're going to be short one position, that whether that's a right winger or a left winger or a striker, we're going to be short somewhere. It is starting to look like that, if I'm being honest. So hopefully we still got time in the window. Let's try and address these matters, and we'll try and go into next season as strong as we can. But guys, Liverpool's pre-season has ended officially, and in good fashion. 2 wins, 2 good performances. Players look good. New signings look good. What more can you ask for? We're happy as Liverpool fans. We are happy. I'm going to head off though, guys. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blast. I'll be back very soon with more Liverpool-related content. I'll speak to you guys soon. Up the Reds. Let's go.